What's up, guys? Today we're breaking down how to keep the spark alive in your relationship, even when life gets predictable, busy, or just plain exhausting. And I'll show you the one masculine shift most men overlook, the shift that reignites your desire, not through gifts or grand gestures, but through how you show up in the smallest, most ordinary moments. Most people think the spark fades because life gets busy or you've been together for too long, but the reality is attraction dies when polarity dies. It's not time that kills the chemistry, it's who you've stopped being in the relationship. In this video, I'm going to break down 7 real key points that keep the fire alive, emotionally, sexually, and energetically. And these aren't tips like go on date nights or communicate better. These are embodiment level shifts that reignite desire and loyalty, even in long-term relationships. And I've seen these exact shifts change men's lives in my community. Guys go from dead bedrooms to reawakened connection, and from disconnection to magnetic polarity. So let's get into it. The first point I'm making is predictability is the enemy of arousal. Therefore, you want to inject the unexpected. Emotional and erotic flatness doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in when your relationship becomes routine, predictable, safe but dead. Seduction needs tension, surprise, risk. This doesn't mean that you have to book a vacation every month. It's about micro moments of unpredictability, pulling her in for a kiss mid-sentence, playfully disagreeing instead of nodding, teasing her with that glint in your eyes. Nice guys confuse stability with connection, but safety without polarity is just emotional friendship. When you bring emotional agility and a playful edge, she feels alive again. But unpredictability only works when it's grounded in presence. Otherwise, it feels chaotic. And this brings us to point number 2, stop trying to rekindle the past and start creating new polarity. Most men try to get back to what they once had, but the spark isn't something that you recover, it's something that you reignite by who you are now. The moment you try to repeat old patterns, you kill the mystery. Instead of repeating the same old date nights or recycled dirty talk, ask, who am I becoming now? How can I show up with new presence, energy, or edge? Drop nostalgia and bring embodiment. Masculine polarity lives in the present moment. She doesn't want who you used to be, she wants to feel the man that you're becoming now. Still, new energy means nothing if you can't hold tension when it gets uncomfortable, because reactivity kills polarity. Containment sparks her fire. You want to know what turns her off fast? Losing your center, whether during conflict, her mood swings, or your own internal storms. She craves containment, not control. When she criticizes or pulls away or tests you, don't collapse and don't argue to win. Breathe, ground, respond. Hold the moment without needing to fix it. That's real discipline code in action. She realizes when she feels your emotional spine. Containment is what separates lovers from leaders. It's not about always being calm, it's about being unshakable. But even containment falls flat without the erotic spark, because emotional closeness does not equal erotic intimacy. You need both. Many men think, we're close, so passion should just follow, right? But closeness isn't the same as eroticism. You can talk every night and still not turn her on. Instead of just talking through your day or solving problems, create erotic presence. Look at her longer, touch her slower, balance emotional support with sexual polarity. This is the masculine code of depth, not just listening, but seeing her with presence. She wants to feel taken, not just heard. But depth only gets you so far if your daily energy feels flat, because repetition is inevitable, but how you show up can't be. Let's be real, routine is unavoidable in long-term love, but routine doesn't kill attraction. A dull man inside of routine does. You've made coffee together 1,000 times, cool, but this morning did you lead with fire in your eyes? It's not about the task, it's about the charge you bring into it. Leadership isn't just for big moments, it's in the mundane. Your presence inside routine is what turns her from autopilot to arousal. Still, even powerful presence won't move her if she doesn't feel desired. With that said, it is important to make her feel desired, not just loved. A lot of men are great at love, but they suck at lust. They think kindness is foreplay, but she doesn't just want to feel loved, she wants to feel wanted. Stop asking, is this okay? And start letting her feel your hunger, your desire, and your edge. That look across the room, that hand on her hip, that unflinching voice that says, I want you. This is the raw masculine claiming energy that she's starving for. Love is beautiful, but desire is what keeps her body loyal. And none of this will land unless it's already alive inside of you, which is why you have to reignite the spark in you so that she can feel it. You can't lead a turned on relationship from a turned off life. If you've lost your fire, she's going to feel that every day. Get out of autopilot, reconnect to your mission, move your body, do something that terrifies you and reminds you that you're alive. You don't need more relationship tips, you just need to be on fire again. This is the passion code of masculinity, the devoted king. When your life is full of vitality and purpose, she can't help but lean in closer. She doesn't just want your time, she wants your aliveness. Now, you've probably noticed by now, every single one of these points that we just covered, they're not just random tips, they're codes, deep masculine energies that live in your body. And when even one of those goes dormant, you feel it and she feels it. But here's the real challenge. Trying to apply these in isolation, it falls flat because desire without leadership becomes chaotic. Playfulness without containment feels immature. And closeness without erotic tension turns into friendship. Now, if this feels like a lot to carry, I'm not going to lie to you because it is. And that's exactly why I made a free video that takes you deeper. It's called How to Unlock Her Primal Desire Code. And inside of it, I break down the 7 primal masculine instincts that every man is born with, but most men have buried under people-pleasing, self-doubt, or overthinking. These instincts are hardwired to trigger her most instinctive biological feminine response to you. And here's the twist. Those primal instincts are the exact foundation for the 7 codes that we often talk about on this channel, and the 7 points that we just walked through in this video. These codes are discipline, desire, depth, leadership, connection, passion, and playfulness. And if you want to make these codes second nature and learn how to rotate between them with ease, go to elevatedlover.com. The link is in the description below. Go watch it now, because when you embody these primal instincts, she doesn't just feel safe, she feels ignited. So if you thought keeping the spark alive meant trying harder, planning more date nights, or doing what used to work, now you know better. You just got the real blueprint, 7 powerful shifts rooted in polarity, not performance, in who you're being, not just in what you're doing. And this is your reminder. The spark doesn't die because of time. It dies when you stop showing up with depth, discipline, desire, connection, passion, playfulness, and leadership. But when you live from these codes, routine becomes erotic. Love becomes electric, and she doesn't just stay, she leans in closer. Now imagine what happens when this becomes second nature. Let that sink in. Now hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more content and relationship advice, orgasm techniques, and everything that you need to be successful in and out of the bedroom. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the 7 codes that we just discussed, and I'll see you next time.